Hello, Internet. Welcome to the second episode of Deep Fried Neurons, the podcast. It is a podcast about stories that I, your host, find extremely interesting. And I'm glad I said it the same way as the last time. I'm going to milk that way of introducing the podcast for at least like 5 more episodes. And well, congratulations to me. I have stuck with the same idea for more than 2 episodes, uh, which I mean to me is a great achievement because I have known me for a long time. I hate it, but I'm gonna leave it in the cut. Well, anyway, my shit sense of humor aside, I know last week got intense. I got your messages, thank you. So this time I just brought you like a light murder, and my second favorite urban legend in the entire world. For people who are unfamiliar with the concept of urban legends, it's basically a story which is sold as a true story, but it's the authenticity of the events mentioned in the said story is quite questionable. The aim of the story is to be extremely creepy. I like to believe these stories are at least partially based on the truth, but I'm aware that they're created by content creators on the internet, and especially if you grew up with the internet around, like you were a teenager when the internet was just introduced. You must have heard quite a few of them as chain messages or creepy pastas or like one of those weird fucking internet nights where you just look for creepy shit on the internet. No, just me. Okay. Also, we got fresh equipment, which is finely configured. That's the breath of like sigh of relief. If you didn't notice, like the last episode was not exactly shot like record on the best equipment, but well, I mean, this one is. We're gonna configure the equipment a little more to like make sure you don't hear the again. But till then, enjoy my second favorite urban legend. Also, remember, I know some of you are going to be like, this is for teenagers, and now this is not like adults context, and like, shut the fuck up. Like, I've told urban legends at parties before, and they kill every time. The moment you mention they're an urban legend, somebody who hung out on the internet was like, "Hey, is that creepy? Like cheap creepy story?" And you're like, "No, it's just such good entertainment." Sorry, I have an obsession of urban legends. I've read quite a bit of them. Anywho, um, I'm not gonna give you the title of the urban legend simply because I mean that's usually a spoiler, a problem I have with telling urban legends in general. But I hope you enjoy it and cue the fucking. This is a story about two roommates named Kirti and Krati. The reason I gave them those names is because every time I tell this story, I change everybody's names, and those are relatively simpler to remember. Anyway, Kirti and Krati have been friends since childhood. Both of them went to school together, then they got into the same university after school, so it only made sense to both of them to get an apartment together. Uh, so, when they checked out the campus and realized how shit campus boarding really is, both of them went out and they found an apartment not too far from the campus, closer to the city. It was a 1 BHK with two beds in one room, and I mean, that's all they needed for now. There was a mattress in the hall in case, I mean, somebody got boys. But they could figure it out. Um, After their parents dropped them in the apartment, they were doing average college student things. Drinking, soft drugs, meeting boys, meeting girls, going to parties. I mean, in general, having fun. And that was it for then. Before they knew, midsems were there. Now, anybody who's graduated college knows that midsems don't really matter. But, well, I mean, first years. So, Krati was really bothered by these midsems. I mean, academics is something she took very seriously and did not want to falter at. Kirti, not so much. I mean, she was enjoying college. The experience of college was more important for her than like academics. So, right before a day of their midsems, um, Arun, a senior who was really cute in their batch, I mean, he was senior to their batch, but he was really cute, and everybody in their batch was admiring this cute boy from a senior class, asked Kirti if she wanted to go out with him. That's all Kirti had to hear to make up her mind, because, I mean, if you looked at Arun's cheekbones, you would know what she was talking about. Since it was a party and not a date, Kirti was hoping that Krati would join her. But Krati straight out flat said no, because there was midsems the next day. Kirti didn't want the midsems to get in her way of, increasing her chances of ending up with Arun. So she was like, I'm going regardless, and I really, really want you to come with me. I mean, who knows? Maybe Arun has other cute friends that are not in this college, and you could get busy with him, and I would get busy with, one of his friends, or whatever works for either of us. Note, can everybody please forget that I just said get busy? Thank you very much. But there was no convincing Krati. So that evening, Kirti got dressed, tried a final attempt to convince Krati, and then once Arun's car was here, she kissed Krati goodbye and went to have fun. Overall, it was a very fun night. I mean, they sang karaoke, they did Jaeger bombs, and had an intimate talk together away from everybody at the party. And then Arun, like a gentleman he is, dropped Kirti back to her apartment before he goes to his own place. After they reached Kirti's building, Arun kissed Kirti, and Kirti was happy about it. And Arun was like, can we go upstairs? But she was like, no, I have midsems tomorrow. And he was like, can I see you tomorrow? And Kirti said, yeah, you will see me tomorrow. Ignore that as well, please. And then Kirti went upstairs. She was so excited, she was going to tell Krati everything. Everything about this night was just as she imagined it would be. And that kiss was just like the cherry on top of the cake. But the moment she opened the door, she saw the notes that Krati left for her, so that she doesn't fail, right in the hall on the table. And then she closed the door. And then she realized maybe it's a bad idea to wake somebody up to tell them how you had a perfect night while they were, off working for their exams. So she reserved everything she was going to tell Krati then for the next morning, when Krati helps her revise everything for the test. And then Kirti proceeded to find her pajamas in the dark, drank a glass of water, and went to bed. When Kirti woke up, she woke up to the sight of Krati's guts out of her stomach and all over her bed. Her bed was dripping blood on the floor. And right behind Krati onto the wall, there was a message left for Kirti saying, "Glad you did not turn on the lights." Okay, guys, that's it for this week. Um, sorry about the abrupt ending, but urban legends end abruptly. Sort of a characteristic trait of them. And hope you enjoyed it. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe to us on YouTube or on SoundCloud if that's where you are hearing us. Um, iTunes, hopefully, because they haven't cleared me yet from last week. And I mean, yeah, subscribe, hit the bell icon, like, share if you think the video or the audio is worthy. Um, if you think a weekly content isn't enough for you, we share dank memes on our social media on Instagram and Facebook. Uh, the link is in the description. Go follow us there. Um, if you want to help a boy out, we have a Patreon set up. Also, link in the description. Um, a little ambitious, I know. It's just like 2 episodes, but anyway. A special thanks to friend of the show, Shivangi Kale, who helped us out with the vocals in the beginning of the episode. Um, she has like a phenomenal voice. I do recommend you check out her YouTube channel. I'll link it down in the description. And yeah, new stories every week. So I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.